I bet. Welcome back to another episode of Toxiris Discovers. Today we got 8 albums. Yeah, I just accidentally listened to 8 instead of 7 because I can't even count. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the next episode, aka the 20th, is going to be a special episode where I'm going to talk about the 5 best and 5 worst projects we've had on this series so far. So you can recommend something today, but I'm not going to bring it up in the next episode, but in the one after that. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. Well, since we've got 8 projects today, I'll be trying to keep it short for everyone and just be straightforward, say everything and blah blah blah, have it done. I bet. First one we got V9 Yudokuna, suggested by JN Charts. This is a pretty good drill project, UK drill. I have heard of V9 before, but I've never actually knew anything. I never actually knew anything about him besides that he wears that mask. UK drill. There are better projects out there, like for example the Unknown T project we've had on this series a couple episodes ago, and it's still solid. I think some of the beats are great. I think some of the features are pretty good, even though I didn't know all of them. But overall, solid project. Just could be better on a lot of ends. Like for example, a lot of flows and a lot of hooks are lacking. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Next one we got Lute, Goldmouth, suggested by Abe Loose. This is the favorite of the episode. I can say that already. Great production, great hooks, great verses, great features. Honestly, this is just very very good. I just think on some ends it could be a bit better. Like for example, a couple songs come off a bit too standard for this type of style. Like I know Lute because he's on Dreamville, and this project on some ends just sounds like Dreamville rapper project.mp4. Like it's just so expectable at some points. That kind of puts it down a bit for me, but it's still a 8 or 8.5 out of 10 in my opinion. So yeah. Then the next one we got is Yungeen, Step Harder, suggested by Loco Locase. This is the second Yungeen project I'm hearing after Life of Betrayal 2 times, which is his most recent one. And I think this is worse, but it is still very good. I think with Yungeen, he just, I don't know. If you listen to an album, all of the songs kind of blend in together and sound very similar. But if you listen to those songs on their own, they all sound very good. They all have catchy hooks and good verses. Like, it's just, in my opinion, he's just not that much of an album artist. Even if he can make banger after banger after banger, it's just, for me personally, I cannot appreciate most of these songs as much, just because there's one after another after another after another. And obviously, lyrically, this is not too strong. The hooks are mostly very good. The verses are, yeah, pretty good for the most part. Overall, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I think it is very, very solid. I just think some ends could be better. Then the next one we got is Cocaine Molly, Losses Turned Blessings, suggested by Zhao. Well, for the people who haven't heard of this rapper, like me, before I've heard this, he sounds a lot like YFN Lucci, and I mean a lot, at least on his singing songs, which mostly occupy this 18-track EP project, whatever. I think that that one song, or those 2 songs, I don't really remember, that are not singing but like trying to be hard, I guess. Trash. If that song that I'm thinking about right now, the second song of the project, would not be on this project, it would be way better, just because it only has 7 tracks and this one track does drag it down a bit. But overall, the singing tracks are pretty good, honestly. I've never heard of this man before, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for him, honestly. 7 out of 10 in my opinion. Solid. So yeah. Then the next one we got is The Game, West Coast Ressurection, suggested by the mixtape authority himself, Double M Entertainment. This project is the second The Game project I've listened to after the one of, I think, last week. and it pretty much has the same issues for me. I think the hooks are not as good. I think on this project the production is better, even better than what the last album had, but I feel like the verses are not as good in my opinion. I feel like the game doesn't sound as powerful, and I've already said that I've already mentioned that being an issue on the last project, but it kind of has gone down from there in my opinion. I don't know. It is still a solid project though. I don't want to like hate it or anything. I just think it is not as good as it could be, but it's still good, so I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Then we get to NoName, Room 25, suggested by PJ Gameplay, aka our woman rap connoisseur. Well, the first NoName project I've heard, obviously I know about her, I've heard a lot about her. I've heard nothing from her. I don't think I've ever heard one track from her before this. And I think she's got a pretty interesting style. It's very, and I mean very low-key, very, I would almost say lo-fi, which makes it very interesting, but at some points I had difficulties paying attention to what she was saying, just because it was so low-key and so calm. At some points I was forgetting I was listening to rap and just thought that was the instrumental playing. So that is kind of a downer for me, but overall it was really, really enjoyable, and what I've heard through what I've gotten lyrically from this project wasn't bad either. So I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's really, really solid. I think she's definitely a female rapper I gotta watch out for too. So yeah. The next one we got Live.Shine.Die by UnoTheActivist, suggested by Kieran Cartwright, aka our weird ass rap taste dude. Just kidding. This project is pretty solid. I think it's better than the last Uno project I've heard. It is just at some points I'm like, okay, this sounds good. Come on, give me more of this. This sounds really good. Yeah, I'm in it. Give me more. It's good. And then there's just one track where it's like, and I'm like, oh no, you have lost your chance again, man. So yeah, it is a solid project. It has a couple very good tracks, but it is, as always, not that great in my opinion. I think I like MDMA more. Isn't that, yeah, his brother or something. Anyway, 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Yeah, it's solid, but could be way better in my opinion. We get into the last project already. Damn, I rushed through this. Well, never mind then. Last one, Nicki Minaj, the PinkPrint Deluxe, suggested by Dot, aka 23 songs in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, I did that. And please, for the next episode, even if that is in 2 weeks, please do not suggest another Nicki Minaj project. Lord Jesus, no. Okay? It's not because it's so bad, it's just I've heard the 1 hour and 20 minute project last week. Now this week the 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm good. I'm good for now. I don't need no more Nicki Minaj. I'm good. It's enough for now. Our projects are solid, but this one is also, it's good, but it's not great. I feel like it is way, and I'm talking way too long for what it has to offer. I think there could be like 50% of the songs could just be cut because they're not bad at all, but they're just like unnecessary in my opinion. Meek Mill carried her on the first track he was on. I'm not talking about Daddy or whatever that song is called, but the other one. It's funny to have Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill on a song with Daddy in it, isn't it? Well, it is, in my opinion. Anyway, project is pretty solid. The production is good. The features are good. Actually, there aren't as many weird ass lines as on the last project, but it is just, if this project would be shorter, it would really be way better to me, because this was just draining in my opinion. So yeah, overall I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Could be way better if it was shorter. But hey, it was a deluxe. Maybe the normal album is shorter. I don't know. I will listen to this. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Have a great one.
Remember back then, all them hoes ain't want me. Now I'm ballin', all them same hoes on me. Mama told me that this came with the money and the motherfucking fame. Even though I feel the same, I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now.